Great morning to all of you. I hope you are alive and well, and your calories are respecting your hips and stomachs and other areas. And may all the fat run to the parts that you want them to go to and be transferred into the atmosphere after that. It's good to see you. We're going to talk about a bunch of stuff today. Oh man. Okay, I have go get my phones because Diana sent me a question she wanted me to go over. Plus, we're going to
I can
go
ask it
over.
out loud if that way you don't have to.
Yeah, that does work. So go ahead and ask it real quick, and I'm gonna have you re-ask it as well.
Okay, so my question is, because last time we talked about um like what to do with the money after you close the sale. My question is, how do I break down the money after a sale? So I make a $1,000 sale, and say 50% goes to like overhead and operating costs, and 20% goes to payroll. Of that 20%, how much do I pay myself? And then of that 50%, how do I break down that 50%? Like 1% this, 5%. Like how do I break break that down? So that way, when my money starts coming in, I know how many bank accounts I have.
Okay, good. So I would definitely do that. That's business finance. So we're gonna talk about that. I mean, at least that's in that category. We'll definitely do that. I'm gonna give you an update on a lot of things as well, and I'm gonna tell you how I am building my companies and why some of you may be confused because I'm really just no longer doing things in a non-billionaire way. But we'll talk about that in great detail. I have no title for you, Grace. We're going to figure it out as I go. I'm going to figure it out as I go. But I know I got a bunch of stuff. I like 93 points, but I have no title for you. Let me update you first. I have like 7 companies now or something, but I don't have companies because I want them. That's not what's happening. What's happening more is there is a need that I had, and I verified to make sure, Grace, if there was a need out there. It will make sense in a little bit. We have to talk about these industries, and then it will make sense as I move towards you. Write these down, Grace. One is, you can call it tech. Yes, you can just say tech. It'll be just fine. Another is artificial intelligence. FinTech. That's finance tech. You got tech, artificial intelligence, FinTech. And then you have, Grace, TV and audio, which will make total sense. Hold on, let me go up here real quick. I just realized I can share the screen for y'all to make this a bit more simple. So I said tech and AI, right? Okay, cool. And then I said
fintech.
That right. Well, yeah. So tech, and then we're gonna say AI twice. It's gonna be technology and AI, and then it's gonna be AI finance and fintech. Those are 2 different artificial intelligence. Then I should have said, I said audio TV, streaming, audio TV. Then it's video game design, news, and coaching conferences division. That's it. Don't have anything else. Don't want anything else. We're going to make all this make very good sense for you within 5 minutes. there is the full description in the chat of what's on my, well, it's on my notes, but it's not a note anymore. It's my structure. With that being said, I need to give you an update on Rhino Leg, all sorts of stuff. I am not behind. I'm actually far ahead than what I'm supposed to be. And hopefully this is going to help you, Deanna, with your business finance question. And all of you, for sure, if anybody's going to benefit, it's going to be Adonia, who is getting ready to make her job her first customer. If anybody's going to benefit, it's going to be her, because this is exactly that kind of conversation. We need to start off first by me telling y'all last year, I challenged all of us in April, let's build a company that, no, it wasn't April, it was in November. I don't know. It was okay, it was November, yeah. Let's build a company that if you built it, it's impossible, Grace, but if you did build it, it would fundamentally change the industry. It's fundamental. It wouldn't just change your life, it would literally change the world. For mine, that was Rhino Leg. And then from Rhino Leg, now this is how the companies, okay, you got me, Grace? This is how fintech flew out of it. From artificial intelligence CRM flowed an artificial intelligence cryptic message platform. Okay, move my screen. From that, then flowed the need for me to get into fintech, financial tech, but I'm gonna keep that quiet for right now. As I built so complex that it put me in a hole, Grace, to where I needed to learn something in order to finish. But then when I learned something, Phil, I realized this is lacking. Is there anything out here that can make this better? No. So then I had to make it better myself, which forced me to invent a new technology, forced me to invent a new way, which then forced AI fintech. That's what happened. Okay, that's what happened. That's how we got there. It's not, Grace, that I just wanted to get in fintech. Remember, 1 year ago, I sat in AI4 conference 2022. The whole second half of the day was fintech, and didn't understand nothing but 2 words. And I think those were the and when people didn't know what to say. I didn't understand anything else. I did not. But I had no idea that just a year later, I would be moving into fintech myself. I would definitely understand now, but I was lacking. So when it comes to Rhino Leg, there's one thing that I want more than anything, and I will not jeopardize it for any reason. I would not get it, Grace, double negative. And under no circumstances is this compromisable. And it's 20,000 people at $49 a month. It's non-negotiable. The deal with that, Tiana, is I ain't trying to take all day. Did you hear me, Grace? I'm not trying to wait a year to do that. I'm just not. I'm not trying to wait. I'm not trying to meditate, feel. I'm not trying to, no. I want it in like 30 days. I do. It just is what it is. And I don't care to justify it. It's just in my spirit and it won't let go. Grace, if you can share the screen, please. If you are listening, you should be getting your structure together, because that's exactly what I'm doing right now. That's why I don't have a title. Go ahead, Grace. Share your calculator. I'm sorry. I said share your screen. You didn't know what to share. Where's my water? Oh, there we go. 20,000, Grace, times 40. 20,000 times 40. And we want that. Just tell everybody what that means per month.
You said 20,000 times 40?
40, 40, yeah. 40.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm taking out the processing fees and the blah, blah, blah. All right, Grace. How much is that a month?
So that's 20,000 people with the $49 a month. He took out $9 processing fees. So that's 800,000.
All right, 800,000 a month. I'm sure everybody here can figure out what to do with 800,000 a month. I'm pretty sure. Some of you, it's like Brewster's Millions, if you're old enough to remember. Brewster's Millions, you'll figure out how to spend all of it just so you can get some more. Richard Pryor, I may not. Anyway, Grace, multiply that by 12 now, if you don't mind. Actually, 12. Wait, should it be 12? I feel like it should be 13. Payroll. It's 13.5. Okay, let's just do 12 real quick. It should be 13. I'm almost positive it should be 13. Anyway, what's that, Grace?
This is 9,600,000.
All right, stop right there. So I want non-negotiable 9 million, whatever Grace said, 9.6 million. It's not about the money though. No one cares. It's about the 20,000 people. Because if you ask 20,000 people for 5 people, then you no longer have 20,000 people. You got 100,000 people. And 1% of the countries in the world ever have had 100,000 customers. And 1% of the world ever have had 10,000 customers. So then 0.001% of the world has ever had 100,000 customers. And once you get to those kind of numbers, then at that point, you're too big to fail. It just keeps going, right? It's that compound interest. It just keeps going. Okay, we got that. So how am I, Grace, manipulating 20,000 easily? Well, I'm absolutely doing that with the NFL. Just no sense in pretending like I'm not. I'm absolutely manipulating that for sure. Stacking the deck in our favor. There's no doubt about that. And then there's another company where I won't name just yet. I have a meeting with them at 2:15. They have clients such as scroll down. I'm on their website, K Jewelers, Airbnb, Walgreens, Comcast, Home Depot, Instacart, Dick's Sporting Goods, Barnes & Nobles, TurboTax, Carnival Cruise, and more. So I can get one customer, or I can get one customer that has 20,000 customers. Did I see what I just did? And then you can get another customer that has 20,000 customers. And then you start saying things like, hey, and I've already negotiated this already. I'll do this. And then they say, well, we can even use your stuff. That was the whole point of the conversation. I was just trying to get you to bring it up. But thank you so much. Like, that was the whole point. This is why we're here. I was trying to get you to say, let's license it. You sure can license it. I'd even give you a corporation discount at full price. It's your discount, full price. No doubt about it. So I got that meeting today at 2:15. The goal, Grace, is to get 20,000 customers as fast as possible. It has nothing to do with breaking records, has nothing to do with money, has everything to do with 3 things. You should write this down. Before you write down, let me prep your mind. First, I would like for you to set a customer goal for you to do these 3 things. There you go. You need to do these three things. One, ruin and test your prototype, whatever that is. It needs to be ruined. It needs to be tested. You just got to mess it up. The more you mess it up, the better it will get. If you're a coach or a consultant or a coach, and you have a initial letter, or not letter, what you call it, assessment, initial assessment, I promise you, after 20,000 people, that assessment is going to get a lot better. Because you're going to get questions at you that were inconvenient for you to keep starting over. You're going to say, well, you know what, let's add that in the questionnaire. And then you're going to get these situations that keep repeating itself. You're going to get people misunderstanding your question, and you have to reword it. It's just going to be so many different things that are going to happen. So we want to, one, ruin. We do not want what we made, Jerome, to work. The reason why we don't want it to work is because entrepreneurs will put you out of business if it works. Let me explain. I'm still on number one. It's real simple. If Susan makes something that works, Antonio's going to go, I like that. I wonder if I can make it better. See, we need to be the person to say that about ourselves. So we don't want it to work. We want it to work, and then you break it. So then we go, oh yeah, let me make that better then. Let me make that better. And you want to make it so good to where you're almost unstoppable. Number two, you want to build a stockpile of predictable revenue. This is a mistake I'm not making. This is why I'm doing this way, Jerome. You understand? This is exactly why. I'm not doing it again. Stockpile of predictable revenue. Well, for one, Janice, it puts your mind at ease. But that's not why we need it. We need it for the third reason. So we're going to, I said three reasons, but the third one has two reasons in it. So we're going to say four now. So the third one, to say four reasons. The third reason is you absolutely need an advertising budget. You have to have one. You cannot live without one. No matter how much I teach you how to grow organically, you cannot live without one. It's impossible. Not today. The world's changed, Jerome, and the internet changes it every 72 hours. You can't do it today. Number four, my goal is for you, number three, Grace, is to advertise to the people that's already in the 20,000. Not really concerned with advertising outwardly just yet. We want to spend money on what we call the bundles and cross sales and upsells and down sales. So we want to, if you keep eating our hamburger, then maybe we should bring out the McRib, seasonal. That's exactly what McDonald's does, by the way. This is, if you like the apple pie, cherries in the same family, maybe you'll like the cherry pie. All this is customer retention stuff. What else does McDonald's do that's brilliant? Well, Supersize came from market feedback. Oh, you guys live in the South, huh? Well, tell you what, $1 drinks all summer, no matter the size. That came from people going to drive through. Can I just get something to drink real quick? That's all I need. Oh, okay. Say less. There's a need for this. There's a need for this. And et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So you can see how some things are marketed to existing customers. It doesn't look like that, Deanna. It don't look like that. but it's most certainly marketed to existing customers. Just like iPhone. Like right now, Adonia's paying like 99 cents or $2.99 for extra cloud storage. That's not for new customers. That's just for Antonio, who needs, I think I got $2.99. Not sure. I think it's a $2.99, the one I have. But you get it. That's so we want to do number 3 marketing in the market to your current customers. And then number 4, once you get that pretty well, then you gotta go steal everybody else. They don't deserve their customers no more. That's not their fault. They shouldn't even let you get to number 3. They should have put you out of business before you got to number 3. They should absolutely put you out. Once you get number 4, you're going to go get everybody else's business. Now, I'm going to review, but I'm going to have Grace, if you don't mind, you're going to read and let's see. Yeah, me and you both are though. I'm at $2.99. We're going to see if I communicated properly with the notes. And then Deanna, you are going to summarize what Grace is reading. All right, go ahead, Grace.
All right. So Antonio said we should set a customer goal to do these 3 things, but he named 4. Okay, so I got to change that to 4 things.
That's fine. Yep.
1, ruin and test your prototype, because if it works the first time, entrepreneurs are gonna mess it up. Okay, yeah, they're gonna put you out of business. Number 2 is build a stockpile of predictable revenue. 3 is you absolutely must have an advertising budget. And 4, I spelled still wrong. But anyway, once you get done 1 through 3 really well, still everyone else's customer.
Okay, good. Now, Deanna, why did I say all that? And try to remember, I gave you the company structure, and all this had a purpose. Just in your best words. You're just telling me what I communicated.
You communicated that you figured out that there were some things that you needed to do based on.
Pull your little mic a little closer for me.
Sorry about that. You figured out that there were some things that you needed to do based on what you've been hearing, and then based on you moving forward and what you're doing, you had to create some things. And in the process of doing that, you understood that these are the things that I need to do. I need to ruin and test these things first.
Right.
And then I need to build a stockpile of predictable income through these things. And then I have to have an advertising budget, because I'm advertised to the stockpile of predictable income, which is 20,000 customers. And so I'm going to advertise to these 20,000 customers that I already have, and then I'm going to steal everybody else's customers.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Perfectly. I communicated perfectly. I don't need to review.
May I ask you a quick question?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm presuming I just want to make sure the predictable income, though it could be many things, a membership is probably one of those, right? Because that's a monthly thing that happens every month.
Absolutely. And for mine, it'll be $40, or $49.99, but the profit from that will be $40, because the way I built everything, I don't have to use any third parties. And then that becomes $800,000 a month, which becomes 9.6 million a year. That's not the goal. That's the operating expense. That's the research and development. That's all that. That's the ability to hire the smartest people and move forward. The reason why I did this is because, and it just happens to be on the call, Ibrahim emailed me like a month ago, and I've been working on the email, but I knew what I was doing, but I didn't have it written down so I could respond to his email. So I started, I think I'm introduced this to you like 2 weeks ago, right, Grace? I told y'all about when I was moving to a bunch of senior vice presidents and stuff. Was that like 2 weeks? Okay, yeah. This is about 2 weeks ago. This is when I was working on the email. He in the email, very detailed email, I'm trying to catch up, and he asked me to email, basically said email what I'm doing when I'm not doing stuff regular. Well, I would never do stuff regular, but I'm not doing what whatever. I'm doing billionaire stuff. I'm not doing anything smaller than that. I'm just not. I'm just not. Let me just pause real quick and explain something to y'all. I was explaining this to Deanna and Grace yesterday. If you don't, okay, at first this is going to sound rude. My dad has Adonia's heart. Well, I act like Adonia's dad. My dad act like Adonia. They get on my nerves. And he's such a softie. He's an empathetic softie that just, he's like, son, you can't do that. And I had to explain to him. I'm not dealing with any
whatever. Sorry, I got an attitude just that quick. Sorry.
I'm not dealing with any unhealed people. And if I look at you and I'm not convinced that you can directly get me to $25 million access, then I recommend you to somebody else. It's that simple. And my dad was like, you can't do that. Oh, that's awful. What about everybody else? I did that the first 42 years. You understand? I did that already, Janice. And I got famous for it. You understand? I did that for it. It's different now. Okay, it's different now. And I'm gonna explain. The 25 million, to every friend I'm getting now, give me 25 million. So if you know now I'm working with the NFL. That's way more than 12. I'm trying to get 25 million a month out of that. We're not even trying to talk about 25 million. I need 25 million a month. And then y'all don't know it. I haven't said anything, but I'm working with Delta Airlines too. I haven't said anything. Okay? I haven't said anything. We're in Delta Airlines too. Into that mode, let's just say everything. Let's just say if I wanted to go to China right now and get on a flight, first class, go to China with the deal that I have constructed, plus the prestige that I'm already earning, spending my own money, blah, blah, blah. So these two friends, because there's no such thing as a company. There's no such thing as a company. There's no companies. There's no B2B. That's a dude or a girl that's like, you still got to talk to somebody. You're not, maybe as I invent more artificial intelligence, Jerome, you'll be talking to the actual company. The company will have a mouth, like the front door will be a mouth, a sentient, that it means human AI, maybe. But for right now, Jerome, somebody owns Apple. You got to talk to a dude. You understand? Somebody owns Apple. That's $25 million. That's $25 million. Therefore, Grace, I'm not fooling with nobody that cannot contribute $25 million to my goal. It sounds like I'm being mean, but allow me to explain. I know what I'm creating. And I completely understand that I know the reality I'm creating. And it's $1 billion reality. And I don't have time to focus on anything that's not $1 billion. It's not personal. It is, I'm focused. Sounds mean when you have a certain level of awareness. Sounds brilliant when you have a certain level of awareness. Yes, sir.
Mr. Smith, you're right. It's not personal. Believe it or not, it's biblical.
Sure, right.
We are not of those who draw back to perdition. If you have come to that point, you can't go back to where you've been.
No, sir.
You got to keep moving. If for no other reason, Mr. Smith,
yes, sir,
than be the living example for us to observe and emulate, because some of the folks on this call have done those things that you've done, and they've seen the results of that. They're not where you at. But if you slow down to drag us, then guess what? You're not going to get to where you need to be. And you're doing yourself a disservice. And ultimately, sir, you're doing us a disservice. Absolutely. And I'll be the first one to look you in your eye and tell you, you better get your behind out there and do what you've been called to do. Because if you don't, then you had to mess with me. And like when you came to visit here, Baltimore, and me and you had that really short conversation, and we had never had that conversation before. Don't make me cut you.
You're right.
Listen to me.
You're right.
That's all we had to say. And
Yep.
we was good.
Yep.
You see what I'm talking about?
That's right. Yes,
And it's
sir.
been better since then.
Yes, sir.
But that's what you got to do, sir. So if somebody's taking it personal, that's on them. That ain't on you. You have evolved. You put things in place. I've been here just a minute. Susan and Phil been here a minute. And we've seen how you have evolved forward, not backwards, sir. And I know Mr. Phil and Miss Susan, if they thought you was doing that, they'd have a little conversation with you. And don't mind doing it publicly. You know, Mr. Phil will wordsmith it in a minute. And you'd be like, oh yeah. So I just need to interject that. Keep it moving, sir. Keep it moving.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Doing
Yes,
just
sir.
fine.
No doubt. So Grace, going back to, I pause so I can give explanation to what I'm getting ready to say. My structure is, let me show you my structure so you can understand the rest of this conversation. So here it is, right? I just gave this to y'all. I know it's small, my bad, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 companies. It's not because I want 6 companies. It is because that's what happened out of just necessity, need, and things I've invented. Now I'm in fintech. We'll come back to that later. What's also understood here, Grace, is I am looking for the smartest and brightest people in the world to run these joints. For each company, there is a senior vice president. And you sure enough got to be better than me. Top of the world. I am now trying to steal from Apple. You understand? And EDX, y'all know who EDX is? It's a when you learn languages and stuff, it's okay. And whoever is at Stripe, whoever engineers plugins for Stripe, we need to have a meeting, etc. So this thing is long. It's long, but just know. So I'm gonna give y'all this is the idea. Going back to Ibrahim and his email now. So when he asked, well, let's catch up with everything you're doing, I was like, well, I got it written down, but it wasn't written down on one thing. It was written down. You know how I'll show y'all. So it wasn't written down on one thing, Deanna. It was written down like this here. You see all these folders over here? It was just folders that were organized. If I want to click Antonio T. Smith Jr., and it tells me what that company is about. Notice though, Grace, Antonio T. Smith Jr. LLC is not part of Density 6. Okay. Just because I have it don't mean it's in my structure.
So why isn't in your structure?
Because it's whatever that I want to do. It's cash just for me. It ain't fitting in no overall thing. And if I want to kill it today, I can. Doesn't bother me one bit. that's when I die, that company should die with me. It's all good. These other ones can stay. Yeah, these other ones can stay. That's what that's about. Anything education that I'm famous for and known for, it's free. I give it out because lead magnets. So now, when I respond to Ibrahim, it had a great boom. Here's everything I'm doing. Blah 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 blah. He'll probably get the email today or tomorrow. But yeah, give him saying that we'll set up a Zoom call. We'll talk. We'll chat it up because he's doing some amazing stuff with short videos and stuff. So let's back up a little bit. Remember, I tell you, Grace, I don't have no title, but I got a lot to give away and I got a lot to teach. And plus, Gianna wants to know about how to do your business finances. I want to talk about the companies real quick. And as the closer I get to billionaire, the more I ain't touching too much stuff. Y'all gonna catch it. It's okay. Don't catch it. You're gonna catch it. Don't worry about it. Just keep thinking about all the $1 trillion companies and ask yourself, how much does Tim Cook touch? I'm not saying I'm gonna be active. I'm gonna be very active. I'm gonna get on people's nerves. I'm gonna be a very active CEO. I'm gonna people's nerves. But the goal is what I want to go now is I only see one person, and it's a company. I don't study people no more. I study companies. I'm not telling y'all to do this, but I study companies now. I don't really study people like I used to. I used to study the Grant Cardones and the Gary V's. I don't do that no more. I'm looking at trillion-dollar companies. I'm studying Amazon and Apple, Google, and I only see one company, and it's Apple. I can't see anything else. I can't see anything else because my competition is Apple, period, point blank. Every time they win, they open a space for me. Well, I'll come back to that. If you remind me, Grace, I'll come back to that. Every time they win, they open a space for me. I need Apple to get to $12 trillion because the more they win, the more space is open for me. I don't need them to lose at all. Just keep winning because from there, I will keep going. Deanna just posted out a list to me. Here are the best headhunting companies in the world.
No,
CEO. That was for me.
That was sent to me from somebody private. So
Oh, okay, cool. Well, fine. These are the companies that ain't nobody. That's something Ibrahim would have said. That's how he think. No, it's not in here. Okay. Yeah, this is fantastic. I like
Those
this.
are the people you need to
Oh,
be.
Melissa's on the call. Got it. Yep. Melissa's on the call. Yep.
Well, you said one thing, but then you can also flip it that they need your services.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So which is how we got here. I am building stuff for the NFL. I'm building stuff for this other company that has I listed their I don't remember what it was no more. Home Depot. Let me pull it up. Home Depot, Airbnb, Comcast, Walgreens, Home Instacart, K Jewelers, Dick's Sporting Good, Intuit, TurboTax, Barnes and Noble, Carnival Cruise. This is the goal now. I'm attempting to get to 1 billion people as fast as possible. We'll get there. So Grace, let's make this applicable now. I need to bring it down to my home-based business. I don't have one anymore, but y'all do, okay? So you bring it down, home-based business. Get you a structure. And please do not have companies because you want companies. That's just not it. It's just don't do that. It's not necessary. It's actually cost ineffective because you're gonna wind up losing and you're gonna spend too much money. I'm gonna skip the whole know your customer need thing and go there. You know this already. I'll skip that. But you only need to start a company or start a thing because one of two reasons. It was a need or it was one of your needs. But the only way it could be one of your needs is if you outwork yourself and this thing don't exist no more. I'll do it with a story. I use Grant Cardone in this particular case. Grant Cardone was secretly investing in real estate, and I don't think he said anything until like 2015. But when he started saying something in 2015, he already had millions of dollars in the asset. So his large audience, Jerome, was like, well, we want some too. And from that begat Cardone Capital. He didn't start off with Cardone Capital, Grace. He just had a bunch of apartments and they was like, well, we want in on that too. Then he started fighting with the SEC and all sorts of stuff. And then they gave him to where he can get all sorts of unaccredited investors and stuff. I think that happened like 3 years ago, etc. That flew out of that particular, he has a, I forget what you call it, but anyway, it flew out of that. You get what I'm saying, Grace? It flew out of that. You understand what I'm saying, Deanna? That Cardone Capital flowed from. Then it was like, well, everybody want to learn. So that's when the Cardone Studios came from. He started to produce his own shows. That's where the Cardone Studios came from, and blah, blah, blah. Okay. So you get the point. Okay. So we need to make this extremely applicable to you, to everybody, to me, etc. The reason why I have not released Rhino Leg yet is because I do not feel like struggling, Janice. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm just not going to lie to you. I don't feel like struggling. I don't feel like making a promise that I can't keep. I just don't feel like doing it. So I'm stacking the deck in my favor. Hey, large company, We cool now, right? Because I'm gonna get all your customers. Hey, other large company, we cool, huh? I'm gonna get all your customers. And I'm just stacking up these companies. And now these companies are going, well, you know what? You know what we should do? And I'm like, yes, I've been setting this conversation up the whole time. It took you 6 months to get here, but thank you for finally following the breadcrumbs. This is what I'm doing. I'm absolutely doing that to Delta right now. Delta has no idea that I'm doing that to Delta right now, but I know on Delta, they just changed the rules for the Sky Club stuff, which I'm happy about because it's pretty much pay to play now. And it'll go in effect January, and then it'll go super effect in 2025. But if you want to be top tier status, Jerome, you got to spend $350,000 in a year. It just is what it is. Ain't no sense in you. All that you get to be with a company, and then you could do if you got the American Express. Nope, not no more, Jerome. You need to spend $350,000 on a Delta card or on these Delta flights. And you need to do it in a year. And the people who control that, I know all of them. I be in where I can't be in. I don't go to the back, but I smile at all their pretty faces up front. I can't tell you too much. Because when I'm working an angle, Delta has a Walktober happening, which I really like it. The Walktober. They're going to, there's an app that they're on, and it's literally called Walktober. I don't know if it's going to show you, but it's right there. It's called Walktober. And I'm on a whole Delta team. I'll tell you who's on the team. Well, I won't tell you who. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We start October 1st. There's 2 more spots available. I'm on a Delta only team walking for prize money, and I ain't gonna get the prize money, but I don't care. I'm working angles. You understand? I'm trying to get to the Pope and Catholic Church. You think I'm lying. Anyway, okay. I have rhino leg all in the Vatican. Sure will. Shoot. Anyway, cryptic messages, all sorts of stuff. The point here, Deanna, is 1 + 1 is not interested to me anymore. I'm not interested. I'm more like 1 + 1 = 1,000,000 is what I'm more interested in. Because if I know Tim Cook, then I have access to everything Apple is doing. Yeah, I got it. So I got 2 meetings today, 1 o'clock. The 1 o'clock meeting is for business funding. I already do. Well, anyway, just that's for that. But that's important. But that's for that. And then and that's for multiple companies.
Antonio.
Yep. Go ahead, Ibrahim.
Yeah, I think what we have is not a difference of standards, but a different of way.
Absolutely.
And that's very important. That's why I was asking, because what I have is a vehicle that's going to go on cannot that track just to work with you, no matter how much I want to work with you, right?
Right.
And what you can do is hop off your track to get on my track just because you want to work with me. You understand?
Absolutely.
So it doesn't matter what revenue goals we want to meet. The tracks we're taking seem pretty separate. So I'm going to point out 3 points of difference that I've noted between our tracks. So first, it is my personality, the personality that I am going to boost, connects with and monetizes people, not managers. What you have seems to be the opposite. You understand? So let's take the example of Tim Cook. Tim Cook would know someone who's directly connected to him through whatever source they use, okay? But he'll also know Andrew Tate, because everyone knows him. because of the mass appeal of Andrew Tate, Tim Cook is going to know him. Might work with him, might not work with him. But that's a different route compared to, hey, I'm Tim Cook's father-in-law, so he knows me. It's a completely different. You understand?
Yeah,
so that brings me to the second point of my track. These are non-negotiables of my track. He has to be a mass appeal icon who monetizes his likeness. What you're becoming, it seems like a specialized icon who monetizes his skills. And what I am building are stars who monetize their likeness. It's a different track.
Right.
And then third is, my guy or my girl relies on algorithms and organic content instead of direct outreach. And you're a direct outreach personified. So I can tell that like us working together, it's a disservice to both of us, because either I have to change my whole vehicle just to take you further on where you're going, or you have to hop off a whole track that you've planned and you're motivated for just to get on mine. So it's not a difference of how much revenue you're thinking or how much revenue I'm thinking. It's not a difference of both of us cannot afford to touch anything that's off these two tracks.
Right.
So yeah. So again, as I told you, what I wanted was to know what you're building. What I thought you were building, what it seemed like was you were building a musical personality thing that would, like, you know, just a music superstar within a specific niche who then just blows up and then monetizes his music, his merch, and that kind of thing. On a different level. But I thought that was the track you were taking.
No,
so I was like,
you're still right though. Yeah, you're still right. I'll show you in a second.
Okay, so what I thought was that you're building that, and if you're building that, we want to use short form content for that.
Right here. There's your short form content right here. The coaching and conferences division, the image likeness personified. That's where that's where me and you fall in at. Right here.
Yeah, but you're doing it for other people, right?
No. This is just for me. This is just for me.
But what? Like, you're gonna be the coach? No, wait, you're not gonna be the coach.
No.
Yeah,
me on the law of attraction side. So completely.
Yeah. Okay, you on the law of attraction side, by the way. That's where our tracks might align, so we might work on that.
That's exactly where they align.
Okay. Because the other thing, this big whole thing that you're talking about, that's just not my track. But yeah, personality, blow up a personality, mass appeal, monetize likeness. That's the kind of thing I'm going for. Very super focused, super niche, super one thing and just one thing only. And that if I get on you with that track, that's the only thing I get on. Like, the rest of it is not relevant to me.
Absolutely.
So if we do that. So I just wanted to point that out. Thank you for the explanation. I'm still on the call. I'm just going to mute my mic. All right.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So Ibrahim's a genius. So we're going to work on that side. He's done a bunch of video stuff, and that's where I needed it. But I had to write it all down. You get it? So I can send it to him. Plus, I'm going to send him the other stuff too, because he may have an idea or something that whatever, I don't know, but whatever. It's better to send too much than not enough. Okay, better to send too much than not enough. So anyway, the idea is I've got these things split now, and I'm looking for a tour manager. Like, so when you go to WonderCon, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking for I'm like, what is it? Jay-Z's Rock Nation. I'm looking for the Rock Nation, because Rock Nation is doing all sorts of tours for everybody. Somebody put Taylor Swift tour together, blah, 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 blah. I'm looking for that person right now, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So it's perfect. So you can do either, and in me and Ibrahim's particular case, it's great synergy on the one particular part. The rest is for me. See, my goals, let me tell you why I did it this way. Because what I want to do is exist as me, and I'm gonna put it on the screen so y'all can see. Hold on. Remember, if you don't remember, let me tell you, I only want to do two things for the rest of my life, Jerome. Write and travel. That's it. Write and travel. Everybody got that? It's very important. So this is where Ibrahim and I will obviously work together. This looks like something minor, but it's not. It's the most important thing in my life because these things fund it. Remember, I've accomplished everything I've ever wanted to accomplish. I've done everything I wanted to do. These things, that's why if you look, it literally tells you what I'm trying to do here. I'm building to where other people are taking what I'm doing, you working, and now I travel all the time like I'm doing now, Jerome, right? Like I'm doing now, but I'm traveling in this energy. I'm not traveling in tech video game streaming. I'm traveling in Antonio's likeness. Delta wants me because who Antonio is. The NFL is very adamant that they want who Antonio is. That's it. Just my likeness, just my dark skin, just my locks. Like literally. Okay. So this is most important to me. And if you think about it, Jerome, it's the first thing listed. Right? We typically right now what's the first on our mind. The rest of these tech, AI, fintech, it just funds what I'm trying to do. It just funds. It just funds what I'm trying to do because what does Antonio want to do more than anything else now? I'm the face of law of attraction. Right? I've said it before, you heard it, blah, blah, blah. That's what Ibrahim can help with. That's why when he reached out to me, I was like, well, yeah, I got this album, but it's a law of attraction album. I just didn't give him full explanation because we didn't have time. You get what I'm saying, though? You get me, Grace? That's why
Antonio,
I chose.
You want to do law of attraction straight, or you want to do law of black traction first and then like go broader once you've built like a base in the law of black traction community?
I don't know. That's a good question. I have a pretty large law of attraction following right now, so I'm not even sure. That's a good
How
question.
diverse is it, is my point.
Mostly white people.
Okay, then you're just going to do law of attraction main.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Mostly white people. And mostly a Spotify audience too. I'm not sure. Everybody hits me up from Spotify. They're either 50 something or some like some. I'll put up the numbers here in a little bit. Put the numbers in a little bit. Okay, Grace, follow me so far. Now let's pause. Let's do business finance. Well, we're not gonna do business finance. Let's answer Deanna's question because it's gonna get back up in here. So how do we spend this money, Drew? It's best for you to split your things into 4 categories. Let me see. Should it be 4? Let's do 5 because taxes. Taxes forced the 5th one. Phil, it's not my fault. Stupid taxes. Are we gonna split it in taxes? It's not me. I don't want to split it in taxes. But unless you want to be like Wesley Snipes, you need to split it in taxes. Okay, so we want to. You know what I'm saying? Didn't mean that's a diss. I'm just saying we don't want to do that. We don't want to be at the top and then go to jail. Okay.
Now, is this you're splitting the income? What is it that you're splitting?
This is Gianna's question. How do we spend our business money? Can you structure it for me?
The business. Thank you.
Because I'm still talking about the business structure, but I want to move to the money and then go back to the structure because the second thing I want to talk about is about making money and spending money. And I'm gonna need you to have at least this framework since you asked for it. Real simple. 4 categories. 5 categories, because taxes. If you're looking to spend your money, if you're looking to organize your money, I'm gonna do it how I learned it. Paper, plastic, food. Paper, plastic, food, labor, taxes. Paper, plastic, food, labor, taxes. I repeat again. Paper, plastic, food, labor, taxes. I'm going to give you percentages for these 2. Your labor should hover. Well, okay, hold on. I'm going to tell you 18 to 21%. That's what I'm going to tell you. But I have to explain why it's 18 and why it can't be no less than 18. If you don't have enough labor, you don't have enough customer service. If you don't have enough customer service, Nobody likes your product or your company. You can't be like, well, I just want, nope, you can't. You can't.
Dude, Antonio.
Yes, sir.
I just saw a TikTok. I don't know how much I should believe it, but it's something Stone Coffee. That's the name of the place. Something Stone Coffee. And the whole place is like they don't have specialist baristas. They literally have machines, the same machine, you press it anywhere in the world, the same taste. So no skill required, literally no skill required. So you know how they hire? They hire based on personality, whatever's like more effective for customer service.
Absolutely.
That's how they hire their baristas.
There you go. Makes total sense. That's brilliant. I would probably believe that because I'm doing that on my side as well. That's brilliant. If your labor is less than 18%, you're gonna suffer. Now that doesn't mean you can't have machines and AI, but it needs to go to a point. I'll explain. For one of these companies, I'm building a Susan, an onboarding system. This really is an onboarding system, and it asks 1,000 questions. But it asks 1,000 questions that you're gonna like, and it shifts you. They have 2 little products, and depends on which one you want. Do you want this side, or do you want the customer service side? Well, so it's not customer service. Do you want us to do your customer service for you, or do you want to do this other thing, which I don't want to mention? Okay. So once I want this one. This one has a bunch of questions, and it starts asking these questions, and it saves the answers. And what happens, Grace, is after it's like you're talking to Ibrahim on the phone, like you're talking to him on the phone. You that initial assessment, Jerome, that, okay, how can we help you? Hello, thank you, Jerome. This is Tanya. How can I help you today? Yes, I want a refund. Okay, great. You want a refund. Say this is all in the little thing. So now we know you want a refund. Can you tell us what you want the refund for? Did it work? Did it not work? Was it not to your liking? You got to ask all these questions. You can do this through AI. That's labor. But after you get that full assessment, from there, okay, you need to talk to a human of some sort, even if it's through typing. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get on the phone. But even if it's through typing, I don't care if it's somebody in India, you still need to talk to a human at some point after they get all these questions. What you want to do, though, Jerome, is get all these questions so you don't have to repeat these questions, because nobody likes that. Like, you just made me answer all these questions and now I got to answer them again. Like, nobody likes that. You know what I'm saying? You transfer departments, etc. So your labor needs to be the 18%. 21% is fantastic. Just know that when I say percent, I mean out of $1, that's 21 cents. So you only got 79 cents left. Exactly. And you need to start thinking like that. Yeah. I don't know if y'all saw Deanna Mouse. She was like, damn, yes. Yes, that's how. Yes. Percentage means out of 100. And if your labor is at 21%, you have 79 cents left on $1. You still ain't paid taxes yet.
That's the stuff I'm trying to figure out, because I wanted, so like you said, labor should be 18 to 21%. So of that, how much was my percentage for my pay, and then what percentage y'all put aside for?
Right.
Antonio.
Yes, sir. Remind me to answer Gianna's really good question on what I do with my $49 product. Go ahead, Jerome, please.
As you were talking, this reminded me of when I was in New York and they came after me legally. They tried to fire me. They didn't. I don't think they could, but all this was on the table. They had a tribunal, the whole nine. So what I ended up doing, and I still don't know how I ran into the lawyer, but I contacted the lawyer. We did like an onboarding of my situation, whether or not they were going to take my case. And the initial meeting was, I think, $75 an hour, but they normally charge like $500, that kind of thing. So we're going to sell and we're going to talk. So what I ended up doing, because of my human resource background, I made 3 binders, okay? You know those big thick ones, not the small ones, the thick ones.
Right. Yeah. With the
D ring. You know, not the regular, the D ring. So I came there. I made 3 of them. One was for the lawyer, and one was for me, and then I had the spare. So when I came into her office, I gave her the binder. I said, here's the binder that I put together like that. She said, I need to ask you some questions, Mr. Red. And she began to question me in reference to this particular case. Everything she asked me, I said, go to this page. Go to this page. Go to this page. She was extremely impressed, okay? But we're talking about my time and my money, okay?
That's right.
So I couldn't come to half-stepping, right? When she finished asking me all the questions, she said, Mr. Red, I can't guarantee you that you win, but you have a case. And these cases usually take anywhere from 7 to 8 years before they either come to court or get settled. She needed to let me know that too. But here's what came to mind when you were talking, Mrs. Smith. She says, I've got 3 tiers, Mr. Red, in reference to working with you. She says, the first tier is you can do most of the work and I'll tell you what you need to do and I'll charge you this price. Or based on what you're capable of doing, I'll let you do this and I'll do this and I'll charge you another price. Or you can give all of it to me, blase for the most part, and I'll charge you this price. Blew me away. Because I'm sitting there going, I like this. And because I was so organized, my attitude was, you tell me what I need to do because I ain't stupid. And and by the time we go to court, we gonna make this. I still got the binder today. I don't know where it's at. I still got that puppy. And I never pursued it. But I love the fact that that individual put me in a win-win situation in reference to the entire situation without me feeling like, well, they ripped me off and they're not being fair and all that. I know the other reason why is because I came organized. Like you said, it's who you bring to the table as an associate or partner. They got to have their stuff together, because if not, it gets absolutely crazy. So I thought about that when you were talking, Mrs. Smith, and that triggered that situation from before. I just needed to share that. I don't know how that's going to help or whatever like that, but my brain took.
It's very helpful. No, it's very helpful. Yeah. No, it's very helpful. It's so I'm gonna tie what you said into Deanna's question, and then I'm gonna come back to Ibrahim too, because Ibrahim's doing some.
Hey, Antonio, before you do that, I just wanted to point out the coffee place's name is Blank Street Coffee. Blank Street Coffee.
Okay, Blank Street. Oh, yep, put it right on up. Okay, I see it right here. Blank Street Coffee. Bam. The cold brew. There it is. Right here. Oh, I love their website. This is their whole website. I love this. This is exactly what it should be. Ice cold coffee. Some buttons up here you can go to, Grace.
I'll send you that specific TikTok shortly in the chat.
No doubt. Definitely do that. And then boom, order now. They tell you what they want up front, Grace. They want you to see what we do. And they'll go ahead and order now. Go ahead and order now. Before I get to Deanna and tie both Deanna and Jerome together, let me go back to the email I've been working on with Ibrahim. I got it broken down into 3 little parts. And what I want to develop. I'll put it in the chat real quick. And, let's see. Grace, you can read it. My bad. I need to separate that. Bam. Shift Bam. The email's longer than this, but this is basically at the heart of what I want based on what I've did, based on what I saw his emails, and plus I've been snooping around on his Instagram and YouTube. as we speak. Okay, I got it right here. Thank you, man. Got the video right here. Grace, read it out loud for us.
Okay, here's a glimpse of what I envision. Developing concise, impactful videos highlighting key principles and insights from our workshops and conferences. Creating engaging content around our law of attraction music albums, bringing forth the transformative power of music and vibrations, and utilizing your expertise in comedy to infuse humor and lightheartedness into our content, making the principles of the law of attraction more relatable and enjoyable.
I've already been working on this email.
Yeah, sounds like it.
There you go. Yeah, I've already been working on it. So these are the 3 things that I want for sure based on everything that he said, which fits right up his alley, which is right in his gifts, right in his direction. Neither one of us need to jump off a bus. And it's just important to know what you want. You get it? Plus know your company structure. So I don't have to mix anything else in between, but we'll come back to that in a second. I want to play this video real quick because I found it interesting within the first 2 seconds that it popped up.
Can you guess why this coffee shop is outcompeting?
Went too fast. Okay, there we go.
Can you guess why this coffee shop is outcompeting Starbucks and Dunkin' in New York? Hi there, how's it going? Do you do flat white?
I can do flat white.
Cool, thank you very much. I was in New York 2 years ago and I remember seeing this weird green coffee cart called Blank Street Coffee. Now they've raised more than $100 million in investments and they have more than 150 locations around the world. Their secret is that they're not a coffee shop, they're a technology company.
Oh my god, it's Meximenko. Here's the thing, these things cost a lot of money.
Their Eversys coffee machine costs $50,000 and is the most expensive coffee machine in the world. All the barista has to do is to
press a button on the machine and that's it.
So when Blank Street Coffee are hiring baristas, they're not actually looking at their coffee making skills.
They hire people that are nice. They're like, we can train you to make coffee, we can't train you to be a nice person.
The machine really does all the work for you, so it frees up more of your time, like what you were saying. Like, we do have more time to like do other things.
And this frees up the time for them to focus on customer service.
Very nice.
That's brilliant. Not only is that brilliant, I think we should make that a case study for some of you. Oh, I'm not signed in. I am signed in. Let me subscribe. Anyway, guess I don't think I'm signed in. You make the case study. That's what Rhino Leg is like. Just all I'm doing is getting people sell who are nice, empathetic, and then that because most of my stuff is artificial intelligence. But we'll come back to that. But that was very good. Added a lot. So I've got the heart of emails. Excuse me. I got the heart of Ibrahim. His name is not email. I got the heart of Ibrahim email together. I'm thinking about adding more. Well, it would be very detailed because we're gonna sit on this. We're gonna sit on Zoom for an hour and a half anyway. It's gonna be very detailed, but I want to give him as much information as possible of not what I want, but what I'm doing. 2 different things, because you don't tell an expert what you want. That doesn't make sense. You tell an expert what you're doing, then you let them tell you how they can make it better. Once you hear that, then you say, this is what I want.
That's good.
Okay. Stop telling geniuses how to be managers. But
so Antonio, the
Yes,
way
sir.
I see it is that until you reach the escape velocity of mass appeal,
right,
where just the number of people on specific pages of yours translate to automatic revenue, until you reach that point, most of your bread and butter would be direct effort of connection.
Yep.
But the thing is that you won't be completely out of monetizing likeness vehicle. You'd be building that at the same time. Deals would be happening one-on-one. And then once you reach that escape velocity where you're not doing one-on-one, there's like hundreds of thousands of people coming on your pages. If that's generating revenue, by then you can ease on the deal making. So this seems like what you're doing seems like it seems like you're trying to do both and, you know, direct one-on-one connection with these people who can make me money, but at the same time, just be so famous that people want to just engage with me.
That is
And the
absolutely
only
correct.
way you can do, and the only way you can do both is you focus on one thing, and then let one other track, let me run the superstar track for your likeness and personality. Like I focus on that, you focus on just the company CEO thing. You focus on taking all of these things, all of these deals, all of these meetings, and just automate your image, likeness, monetizability, reach, growth, all of that stuff to me. That way, you can stay true to Gary Keller's the one thing while getting two things, because I'm doing the other one thing.
Right. And that's been the entire point of everything I've been saying. The whole splitting, SVP, senior vice presidents, blah, 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 right? All that stuff like that, and getting those, things in place. Deanna, it's about all I want to do is travel and write. Everything else needs to run itself. I ain't running it. Okay, go ahead, Deanna.
Based off what you just said, should we know, like, should we have a 10-year goal, or should we stop at 5 when it comes to what you just said?
So I'm the wrong person. Okay, keep going.
Because
my answer still gonna start off, I'm the wrong person to ask that question to, but keep going though. It's a great question.
it's just I'm going at this differently now, and my brain is asking questions because I remembered the first time. So
okay, hold on. I'll tell you what. Let me answer, and then you come back in, and then I'll even put your $49 question up in there too, which goes back to Jerome. In my case, out of $49 a month, I profit 40. In my case, with WonderCon, with 150 people in person, but the 6,000 online on purpose, I profit from the 150 people, I don't know, $5 or something. Who knows? Who cares? It cost me $800 a day just to feed y'all. You know what I'm saying? So it just, not $800 a day, $800 for all 6 days just to feed you. There's no profit there. But them online tickets, it's unaccounted for. Them corporate sponsorships, is unaccounted for. Now, in this particular case, I'm not putting the money in my pocket. The corporate sponsor money is going to customer experience for the people in person and for the online TV show that I'm going to do, because I'm not streaming online. It's literally switchboards and blah, blah, blah. To Ibrahim's point, let me run your name likeness stuff, name, image, likeness. Then to Jalen, who just jumped on, I told him, now you run the film. This is very important because Jalen, just what you do. We had that meeting. Ibrahim, we're going to have that meeting. Just what you do. I'm out the way. But the name stays home. Anyway, some of y'all don't know what that means.
So with my track, the norm for the market is, if you're on the right track within 2 weeks, and you have to stay on the track for 2 years until you reach the escape velocity. I've got all the social blade data of all the influencers we are modeling. It just takes 2 years. So I've got that down. And that's why, like, even pricing wise, I was like, Antonio, price it the way you can afford it for 2 years, regardless of how much money you're making. Right. Price it that way. We'll adjust around it, but price it that way so we can do, like, I really want to take it to that level. But the point is, that's what happens in my thing. If you're like cold calling and selling, it's a different timeline. So timelines have to vary depending on what's the norm for whatever it is, right?
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I agree with everything you said, and it's the feedback is very important for all of y'all. Deanna, back to you. What I tried to show you there was I structure my products to pay my bills at the minimum. Okay. I'm not sure. Am I slowing down? Can y'all hear me, or did she slow down? Which one?
Yeah, say what you just said again.
I structure my products to pay my bills at the very lowest price. All my bills. So then everything else is all profit. Everything else. So I spent a year developing Rhino leg and testing and stuff, and Melissa and Deanna are still waiting for me to let them test it. I do apologize. They're still waiting. They're mad at me, and they're not mad, but they're mad.
I'm waiting too.
Antonio, pardon the interruption. I've got a dinner reservation, so I gotta bounce, get ready and all. So yeah, I'll wait for your email. All right, take care.
Okay, all right, brother. Appreciate you. Jay, I'm waiting on it too. Deanna, the thing is, from 49, I'm making 40. But I'm smart now. Because when I say I'm making, it's not me. I'm not. That's irrelevant, you know. That's irrelevant. What is relevant is I'm keeping that profit margin high, so I don't have to make the same mistakes that I've made before. How do you keep the profit margin high? Well, there's a few ways. Charge the right price. Phil will start off with that. You can do that. Charge the right price immediately. Raise your prices, or build everything in-house. If you have a lot of third parties, do you really run your company? Because if they raise their prices, you lose your margin. You gotta be careful. Yeah, you have to be careful. If your entire existence is on YouTube videos, then once YouTube change their policies, you got to change your brand. So I don't depend on these things. But anywho, Dana, the reason I'm the worst person to answer a question about the 10 years, 5 years and stuff, because I'm aggressive. And you don't ask an aggressive person to set a 10-year goal. So my answer is going to be, I want you to take your 10-year goal, make it a 1-year goal. So this would be my answer to all of y'all. This is why I'm the worst person to answer this question, because I don't know who's right. I just know we grossly overestimate what we can do in a year, and we super grossly underestimate what we can accomplish in 10 years.
Can I say something to a point to that?
Yeah.
It's extremely true. I mean, when I look at myself, we had a conversation, I think, in March?
Mm-hmm.
And I've grown exponentially since then. And I tell a lot of people, you know, we need to get out of the mindset that we can do it all ourselves. You need support, you need coaches, you need guidance. And I'm extremely thankful to be here and to really keep growing, because I didn't know I can do this much just in 6 months. Let's see what I can do in a year.
Okay. Yeah. Here it's 100%, man. It's 100%. I'm trying to get y'all to see something.
Antonio, stop.
Yep. Go ahead.
And the other thing, and I'm glad Jalen jumped in there, and Ibrahim, you have to make sure that you're bringing people on board that are not only best at what they do,
that's right,
but they're open enough to see the connections, to see what's around, because you not only bring them in, you bring them other assets and resources that they can benefit from. And also, when people talking to you about how you blowing up, you say, oh, Jalen's doing all that. Ibrahim's doing this. So what are you doing to their business? So they got to be smart to recognize that not only are they being rewarded for the job that they're doing, you bring other things to the table that are going to put money and resources in their pocket that you haven't put in a contract. That's critical too, because you, like you say, you're aggressive. You're going to keep moving, and as you keep moving, yo, Jalen, what's up, dog? Boom. Well, when can we get together, Antonio?
Nope. Yeah, no doubt.
Hello.
Yep.
I had to say that, sir.
No, it should be said. No, yeah, somebody gotta say it. Deanna, if you can submit to me right now while we're talking. As a matter of fact, all y'all, if you can tell me what you want to accomplish this year, and then I wouldn't go 1 to 5. I'd go 1, 3, 5, but I'll leave that arbitrary up to you. But I would go 1, 3, 5. Only because it's going to make your 5 better, because 3 is going to force you to think. You know, like I think 1 to 5 is going to make you hope instead of plan. But if you go 1, 3, 5, that 3 forces you to start planning. You know, it forces you to start planning, because you can't. 1 to 5 is a really big leap. It's a really big leap. Like if you have a 10-member church and you have a goal to increase your membership by 10 this year, you say, that's just a little small goal. It's just 10 people. No, it's not just 10 people. It's 100%. Just because you can handle the idea of 10 people does not mean that your church can. Allow me to explain what I'm talking about right here. A lot of y'all, a lot of churches, and I want you, when I say church, I want you to think about your business. I got this from Andy Stanley, Charles Stanley's son, Deep and Wide, one of the greatest books ever written about getting unchurched people to attend churches. In chapter 9 of this book is called Environment. There are a lot of churches that absolutely would never join a member because when they walk in, the church, not the people, the building screams, oh, we wasn't expecting nobody. It smells funny. There are things on a wall that are private that shouldn't be out. There ain't no pictures. It's good. Oh my God, Susan, the lights are dim. I can't even see when I get in there. The water fountain is really loud. It smells like mildew. And the bathrooms are in the weirdest place possible. There's no children's church, but you want youth. Or it's just so many different things that the environment is killing you. Oh, let's not forget that I walked all the way in this church feeling awkward already. Nobody met me. Nobody greeted me. I now have to figure out where I want to sit. This is uncomfortable. So before anybody ever spoke to me, I decided 13 steps in, I'm never coming back here again. That's how y'all businesses work. Get to your website, it's the same energy. Oh, we wasn't expecting visitors. We wasn't expecting visitors. We wasn't expecting visitors. Sorry about that, y'all. Let's look at this website one more time. Oh, and the website didn't change. that's dope. I guess every time you go back to it, the website changes. Okay, well, pretty girl on the screen. I don't know how to get her off. Kind of looks like Deanna a little bit. All right. Pretty black man on the screen. Kind of looks like me a little bit. Let's see.
That's Coach Tomlin, Pittsburgh Steelers.
Sure. Look, the site then changed again. This says we are ready for new customers. That wasn't the first coffee they had up there. I don't know. Let me refresh it again. It changes every time. Holy smoke. Every time you come back, it changes. I didn't even, this is brilliant. That was the first one. This says there ain't a man here praying. Yeah, come to the First Street Baptist Coffee Corinthian Church. No. If you want to find out about it, you can click way up here. It's all out the way. And look, the about section, oh my God, this about section, you can't even scroll. You can't even scroll, Grace. They got straight to the point.
Amen.
You know, Grace Sandals was a twinkle in her father's eye.
That's it.
Yeah, the company was founded by Grace Sandals. One day when she was 3 years old, she had coffee for the first time. And she, look, anybody got time for all that, okay? This says, oh, that's a whole new picture. So they got more than just 3 pictures. Whole new picture. They're showing you what it is. There are a lot of churches. I'm using churches because church is like the great offender of this. But remember, your company is this. Before pastor gets to preach, 50 to 60 sermons are already preached. They're not hearing me, Jalen. As soon as I pull up to the parking lot, I am judging your church. Anybody else? Okay, so you feel, I pull to the parking lot, you are being judged. You're absolutely being judged.
Geographic location, I'm judging.
Oh, you sure right. All that stuff. Can my wife in her heels walk to the church? Because some of y'all ain't got no cement. You got us parking on the grass. What happens when the grass? Just sinking. And in Houston, it rained all the time. We ain't got no time. And then what about these mosquitoes out here in these streets? Forget about that, right? That's Florida, Texas, Louisiana. We got mosquitoes that hang around till December.
And they are huge. And those bees y'all got, I'm good on that.
I was in Alaska this week. I saw a mosquito. I said two things. I said, they got mosquitoes in Alaska? And it flew by again. I said, that mosquito deserved to live. It's 40 degrees out here. It was 40 degrees. I had on gloves. Little thin gloves.
Cold weather.
That mosquito deserved to live, Grace. You hear me? I ain't touching that mosquito. Go ahead. That's an ascended master with that mosquito. Yeah, that mosquito was on mission. It was probably
That's a young king right there.
It was probably asking people that they know Jehovah. I don't know what was happening with that mosquito. Don't know what was going on. Is your business ready for new customers? That's why I want you to do year 3. Because I don't want you to go from 1 to 5. Oh, yeah, 5 years, we're going to be, that's hope. 5 years, we're going to be famous. No, let's step to 3 and work it out that way. Now, the punchline is after you do all 10, I want everything you write down. I just want you to do it in 1 year. Okay, go ahead, Jalen and Deanna.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
I'm just a little bit lost on what you're asking here. So you're asking what our goal is for the next 1 year, 3 year, and 5 year?
And then 10.
And then 10.
Go for your company. Yep. Go for your company. After you write all that down, and I'll even help you in doing this particular time. After you write all that down, I want y'all to take all 10 of those years and do it in 1. It's not going to work, Grace. But you're going to try. You understand? It's not going to work. But you're going to get it done. You're going to get a lot done. You're going to get a whole lot done. A whole lot. For the next 2 weeks, I have to record my album, which I've been procrastinating. I've actually been sabotaging. I haven't been procrastinating. I've been sabotaging. Yeah, I've actually been sabotaging. I even told Deanna I've been sabotaging. I have no idea why. No idea why. I just am. And then appreciate you. And then I have to finish my Kofi side book because after that I can work back on Rhino Leg. But anywho, but those 2 things, the album and the Kofi side book, they are 3-year goals that I'm doing in 2 weeks. That's why I brought it up. And I just figured my fiction books, they're long, so I'm not even trying to write no short ones anymore. Just not. I keep trying to write short ones. I don't like it. I don't like reading short fiction books either. I don't like reading books that's not in series. Like when it's fiction, I don't like reading books that are short because when I get lost in Melissa's book, I want to stay there as long as possible. So I keep writing books that I like and whatever.
Good question.
Yep.
Do you have a specific amount of books you would recommend putting out in a year? I feel like I have like 1, maybe 2 more ready, but I don't want to put them out till next year. And yeah,
I don't really follow that no more. I think by the end of this year, well, let's just say 365 days, I'm going to put out almost 30 books. They're just going to, each one of them are going to have 30 different product launches. And if y'all want, I will give you that formula. Hold on.
Can I ask who your publisher is?
Melissa.
Would be me. Yeah.
Well, Melissa, we need to get in context. I got a lot coming up.
She's the only person that I would trust to publish my books.
Do you have my contact information, sir?
I do not. Please send that over.
I'll give it to her.
Here, a line, or whatever.
Yeah. I'll give it to her.
Sounds like he about to get it now, huh? All right, let's see.
Is he Antonio? Is he paying attention?
He paying attention. He paying attention.
Hey, look, I spent $250K, bro.
Oh yeah, you gotta do that. Yeah, you gotta do that for sure. For sure, you gotta do that for sure.
You shouldn't have said that. I'm about to call you about one of these sponsorship opportunities. Okay, I just don't you mention money around me. Okay,
but it should be.
Hey, look, we're here for a reason. We all spent our $250K to be here, right?
That's right.
So let's take it. Let's take it seriously.
And that's it. You take the sponsorship. If you're gonna do corporate sponsorship, it needs to. I'll take your money, but Adonia needs to do it. Adonia needs to do the corporate sponsorship Okay, you know what? Let's talk about this right now, and then we'll come back to this. Adonia needs to sit there and say, what's the end goal? I'm here, and on day 3, she goes at 2:00. And on day 3, 50 minutes in, something needs to happen. Preferably, she sells from the stage, as I've given her permission. But that's what the corporate sponsorship is for. It's not to look good. It's for the last 10 minutes of her keynote. Y'all are not thinking properly. Allow me to help you. Whatever she does, she should get so much advertisement, short videos, whatever it is, to where y'all are so softened up that in the last 10 minutes when she's talking, you are convinced she's the leader you're looking for because she forced you to see her for the last 6 months. Don't corporate sponsorship to get your name out there, Deanna. You're corporate sponsoring for the last 10 minutes on stage. Your goal is to walk away with $30,000. Adonia's retirement money is in y'all pocket. It ain't in God's hands. It's in your purse and your wallet. Yeah, I better start thinking more like a salesperson. Okay.
I'm sorry. Quick question. I feel like I'm missing something. So for this corporate sponsorship, right? I know we've been going over it and whatnot. Basically, when we do it for our own, it's for us at WonderCon, or it's for us to get our own. I'm not understanding.
So in this particular case, we're talking about the WonderCon corporate sponsorship. So it is for WonderCon, but the corporate sponsorship, the way I got it set up, is media all over the place. So you're not just getting you're not doing corporate sponsorship just to be seen at WonderCon. That's stupid. I would never pay for that. I got it set up to where you on podcasts reaching 100,000 people and on the social media, on podcasts a few times. Like I got it all over. So if you pay for the $1,000 thing, you get everything below.
And they get it from you, or they're going to get it from me. That's where I'm blanking at. So in your particular case, this is what I would do. I would do a corporate sponsorship for either your film company, your media company, right? Because that's what I'm changing the name to, media company, or your books. So that means I would do so much corporate sponsorship that I would convince all you speakers to go ahead and pay me $999 for a scissor reel and a short movie based off all the content I got y'all recorded in. Show the hell would. It's $999. Now,
and that's cheap.
That's cheap. No, that's what I'm selling it for.
At Les Brown, I paid $2,000.
I was just fit to say that ain't the value. That's the cost. So it's $2,000, and that Les Brown, he got $2,000 for a scissor reel and an interview. Nah, we're not doing that. Not in no WonderCon. We getting a scissor reel. You're getting all your interview, but then you're getting a full 30-minute movie. If you're there for 6 days, you might get an hour movie, however much you on camera. But we're gonna make sure that it's no less than 30 minutes. Following you around.
And this is technically what I'm offering before they get in there, so they're able to pay for it before they get in there, correct?
No, that's what you're going to sell for the last stage. But what you do is you start, if you do your corporate sponsorship now, then you can start getting pre-sales right now, can't you?
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to put all this all together.
That's
so
what I'm here
I have
for.
the
I'm
prompt.
here to answer these questions.
I appreciate it. So I have the prompt, right?
Yep.
Now, I guess next is, do I get a website? Do I put a landing page together?
Landing page. It would be a landing page. Perfect. Yeah. You don't need a website, a landing page. Just like that coffee company. Just like the coffee company. And put up your best 4K scissor reel movie stuff. And it follows, because can y'all see this? I would use the corporate sponsorship. If I was the film company, if I was the media dude filming Antonio stuff, and Antonio had me on calls and vouchers for me, I would absolutely sell me a nice little package $999 to get you a sigil reel, interview, and all your content that you have done at the conference. Not just your keynote, but you laughing, you looking good, your red carpet. If you went out to the town, you say, hey, Jalen, I'm going out to the club. Would you happen to be going to the club? I'm not going to that club. I'm going to this club. I'm going to that club too. Please get me on film. Jalen, I got these extra pictures I've taken myself. Can I send these to you? You can add part of that too.
I'm getting it.
You're getting it.
Okay, then my last question is, okay, so they do the landing page. I'm making the content. I'm doing all that part. How do I take this model, right, and take it past WonderCon after we're done?
Exactly. Can y'all unmute your mics and clap for this man in this question? Because that's what I've been trying to get the whole time. That's the whole call.
I feel like I'm like an hour
you
behind.
Missed the first. I gave away so much in that hour you did, but you just brought us back to that hour. This is the whole thing I've been talking about. All right, this is what you do. From there, you're now known as, whenever you show up, you make stars out of people. You make a regular person look like Beyonce at Coachella. And let me tell y'all something. As long as humans are alive, we want instant blow-uptuation. It's not a word, but we all know what I mean by it. I'm gonna blow me up. Human soldiers took 40 years. I want to do it in 40 days. We know it. It's what we want. You know how we do it. You know how we do it. You know, actually 42 years from now, because I'm 42. However old I am is how long they've been in business together. They've been in business longer than that, but together. Hey, Jalen, so now that's what you're going to do. And that $999 package don't have to be sold at WonderCon. They can start making payments today, can't they?
And that's where my stripe and everything would come in.
That's
okay, I get that part.
So now, not only, so what you do is you start selling it now. So that means at WonderCon, you got to do something even bigger.
In terms?
I don't know. But what you should ask me what I would do, though.
That's what, yeah.
Oh, okay. So you ask me what I would do. All right. What I would do is, if I know Adonia start paying today, I get on a plane. Sure will. I don't care if I got to ride Spirit. I get on the plane. I start getting footage of her just at work. Like regular old footage of just her going throughout her daily life. And then, I kid you not, and they would say, on the video, it would say 182 days from keynote. So she gonna kill a keynote. And the people watching don't want to see that. I would, if it was me, y'all ever seen this is docu-series, it always says like the people, and it always follows the president. Barack Obama has one, Trump, they follow. So you can see Barack Obama before he even thinks about president, before he announces president. They've been following this man for that long. I sure would. I start following Adonia right now. So I would. Because here's the deal. At some point, she is going to retire. Y'all hear this? At some point, Adonia is going to retire. And if I get film of her today, I got the most important film of her life.
Okay,
that's
you know
crazy.
you a person.
Because I felt that.
You agitate me. You know that. You're doing that on purpose. Because you know I don't like, you know what? I'm getting ready to put my camera on. Because you know I don't like being on camera. You know that. So you know you're not going to follow me around. And I know it. Because I'm gonna see a camera and automatic ugly up. I don't do good being looked at. So why are you doing that?
That makes sense. I never
The biggest thing is we're gonna make you look great. We're gonna make you be the best person of yourself. You're the prize, right? We just gonna have to picture it.
You asking a lot. You asking a lot, bro. You asking a lot. I'm just not that person.
It makes sense. It does. It makes total sense. It makes total sense. So you should probably invent the company, Jalen, that makes people who automatically ugly up feel comfortable. It's a bunch of stuff you got to do. I have no idea what you're gonna do, but you might have to do that. Go ahead, Phil.
I think it's ironic that Donia, she's among the best looking people on this call.
Yeah.
But she doesn't think she looks good on Tim. I mean, I don't say she is the best on this call because you know who I would vote for. She's
Thanks,
among
Phil.
the best.
I really appreciate you. I didn't know you were gonna vote for me, but you know.
She's wearing vertical stripes right now.
Right now. That's Sorrentino lady. Y'all may have heard of her. First name Susan, last name Sorrentino. Yeah, exactly.
But we can at least say Adonia is among the best.
Among the best. Among the best. If Law was here, everybody would be last. Everybody.
Okay. So kind of transitioning, because I'm sorry, I'm going down the train here.
No, the feedback.
Transitioning next. Okay, so then step 3 would do that landing page, blah blah blah. Where would you recommend I work with to get my landing page or website? Because right now I was thinking Shopify for the cheap way, but you know, you gotta invest. So I don't really know where to invest.
Grace, jump in there.
I'm sorry, please say that again.
Oh, you do landing pages, Grace, or Melissa does landing pages? She was telling you. Oh, she
Grace has a website. That's all Grace.
Oh, Grace, you got a website.
Yes, sir. I will send that to you.
Oh yeah, those people. I forgot about that. Okay, yeah, okay. So use Grace. Grace, I'll also give you another option off camera that you may want to use as well, but it's not a problem.
Thank you so much.
Yep, you got you. We get you take care. Everybody, listen to me as we continue to look at Adonia amongst the finest of ourselves, because she accidentally left her camera on, and we appreciate it. We appreciate it. Let's make her uncomfortable. No, I'm just joking. Well, she's already uncomfortable. Corporate sponsorships have nothing to do with looking good. They should be about conversion. Let's take Trinace. Trinace is going to do an event for summer solstice. So it makes 100% that her corporate sponsorship should be pushing summer solstice. Why? Because the event is in March. Summer solstice is in June. Why would you push your book? People are going to buy the book anyway. But sell out your event. Do the thing that converts. Do the thing that converts. I promise you, Jerome is prime ready for somebody to follow him with a camera, laugh, and get that behind the scenes stuff, and to show his blow up switch. I promise you he is. You see him? He's ready. There is nothing more important to a speaker than actually having footage that makes them look good. If that don't make sense to y'all, we spent a week fellowshipping over Phil and Susan 25-year anniversary in 21st century. The video never gets old.
Congrats, y'all.
Yeah, it can never get old, especially when Adonia gets off of work frustrated. Camera, I just got to focus on me. 163 days away. Click. You hear that clicking time clock. You see it? I just got to focus on all of that. It's good TV. And then boom, the people see our artist day, and this what they go. They go, I can relate to her so much. I can relate to her so much. And then they spend money. This is it. You know what your corporate sponsorship is. It's that simple. It's that's what I would do. I would not do something that makes me look good. I want to do something that makes my bank look good. Go ahead, Trinace.
Okay, so you remember when I was saying that I was going to redo my YouTube channel?
Yep.
Pull everything down and blah, blah, blah. So now that just made sense. I heard you weeks ago. I was like, yeah, okay. He said what he said. I'm going to follow his instructions, but I don't know why I'm going to follow his instructions. But that made sense. That absolutely made sense. This is me now. Now I'm hot. You when I was what's the song? Now I'm hot. You all on me. Mm-hmm. Whatever it is. So
Is that thing. So this is me before. Look at me now.
That's right.
I'm getting paper. Is that a song, right?
Mike Jones, yes.
Come on.
Back
Okay,
then, you
yeah,
didn't know
okay.
him.
Now
Now,
I'm hot. They
y'all
all
all
that
on.
Mike
made-
Jones,
now
who?
Yeah, so that connected because I was saying I was gonna pull it down, and he was like, oh no. So I heard you, but now I have revelation on what you said.
Absolutely. And before I let Jalen go and Deanna go, I saw somebody else trying to unmute. I'm explaining why Trinae's getting this revelation. I'm explaining why this is so important for Adonia and every last one of you. What Adonia says, my product is great. I don't believe that. Jesus is Lord. I don't believe that. Adonia says, I'm a nice person. I don't believe that. Nothing Adonia says, I'm going to believe. Especially if I don't like my life. I don't believe nothing she said. She said, I'm a woman. Let me see. Like, what kind of woman? Like, were you born a woman? Like literally, it's just go on social media. They are disagreeing with everything just to do it. But you know what they can't disagree with? She was once this, now she that. Nobody can ever disagree with your testimony.
Watch yourself.
That's what this video is. She getting out the car and now she killing stages. You cannot disagree with that. It's priceless. Jesus is Lord. And if I disagree. Well, my life changed. Oh, you know what? Tell me about it. If I don't want to hear Jesus is Lord. But if you go get some Jesus and you used to be just like me, and I see you 2 years later and you exactly where I want to be, don't you tell me about Jesus again, if you don't mind. If you just tell me. Because you can't disagree with testimony. Our human brains won't let us. It just won't. Our brains are evolved to respect what we see. Even if it's not true, we respect what we see. And if I see 180-day-away clock down, if I see she's speaking in front of standing only, well, she now deserves my money because that's where I want to be at. Hey, come on, Jalen. I'm trying to. Jalen, you didn't sold 13 of your corporate sponsor, your 99 things yet, and I ain't even, and that ain't my money. That's his money. But you done sold all 13 of them if you move forward. Go ahead, Jalen, then Deanna. I think Deanna wants to say something. I'm not sure.
Ladies first. Go ahead, Deanna.
I actually forgot what I was gonna say, so go ahead.
But active listening does.
All good. Dang, I think I'm in the same boat right now as well.
That's actively listening. No, you get. I'll just keep going.
I guess my question was, when it comes to the sponsorship, like I see it done now, right? Like, do I have to tweak it? I guess then after hearing this, or
no,
do I take
wouldn't
exactly
even tweak
what you said yours was? I don't understand how like I'm gonna do the creative supporter. I'm just trying to put the two together.
I wouldn't even tweak it. I would do two. I would say, Antonio, who's a corporate sponsorship, I hope it works so I could do two of them. I want to do one evergreen and one just for WonderCon. Same thing though, but I want to do two. And then what you can do is you put the two and you run them together. I'll explain right now. You say something like, hey everybody, my name is Adonia, and I'll be at WonderCon doing these things. And then you start talking about what you do. Mention WonderCon, bam, you're fine because you're riding that energy. Also, she has the ability to cut that WonderCon part off and use it after WonderCon because it's telling mostly of what she does. I'll explain again now, your particular thing. Hey, speakers, if you're out there and you need a full Coachella documentary like Netflix, what they did for Beyonce, then I'm your man. My name is Jalen Hughes, and you'll see me at WonderCon this year. And I'll absolutely be grateful to see you. That right there can be cut out. You'll see me at WonderCon. My name is Jalen Hughes, and I'm your guy. I would just literally do two. Say WonderCon, have that standalone, that is mixed together, but then you have the other version that don't even have it in there. That's what I would do. That's exactly what I would do. And I would use me or leverage me to ride that energy, soften the crowd. Every last one of you should be thinking about. So all speakers are going to promote the event anyway, right? You should be thinking about helping Antonio get to 6,000 people online. They got that? How can you help? Prayer, meditation, whatever. It doesn't matter. Who cares? Because now Adonia can sell 21 of her products at $999. She'll walk away with $22,000.
And then I heard you say something. Sorry, I'm being selfish today, y'all. I'm sorry, but
No,
I heard y'all you said something about speaking on stage. I'm not doing that, right? Or am I? Like, should I prepare for that?
Well, you wasn't. You're gonna be everywhere, but I got a bunch of extra stuff happening. So you and Melissa are gonna be doing stuff I just haven't told y'all yet. Promoting yourselves. So yeah, you're gonna have your opportunity. Absolutely. Absolutely. She's press your media, even though you're both media, but I'm kind of separated that way. She's press your film, and y'all gonna take credit. If I sell out, then it's gonna be because of y'all. At least that's how I would pitch it if I was you. Hey everybody, my name is Melissa, and I do sold out conferences. If you have a conference, you should look at what I did for Antonio. That's what I would do. And I do the same thing
and
for
that
you.
would be so much easier when Rhino Lake is in my hands.
It sure would be. It sure would. That's the second. She already sent me a private message. It would be. You're absolutely right. You get it? That's
You're wanting to do something. Let me and Deanna work so you can do what you need.
It's coming faster than expected. You're absolutely right, though. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. Okay, Phil, then Jalen.
And as you're putting together your promotional package, we've had an example of people creating a following in the crowd, and his name is Donald J. Trump. I mean, he found a need. He found a urging that the people wanted so bad that they were willing to listen to him, know that he was lying, under indictment for 4 different crimes. This lady just came out with the book Enough. It's the lady that blew the whistle on everything that was going on in the White House. The book came out today. She was on I just forgot. But just person after person after person after person says Trump is not fit to be president of the United States. And there's still 30 to 50% of the Republican Party say they would vote for him to be president.
Yep.
I mean, if that's not an example of mass hypnosis or mass, I don't know what you call it. It's unbelievable. So the lesson we need to take from that is we can take our truth, we can take our value, but we got to do it on a regular basis. You can't just do it one time till it finally sinks in, and then you find that need that these people want, and you focus on that need. So as you're putting together your sizzle reels, be thinking about what results do I want my people to do, so they'll get the things they're going to get.
Absolutely.
Thank you for that.
And you need to brainwash them like Donald Trump. In your particular case, you're going to follow the parable of the shrewd manager. Yeah, familiar with that? Jerome's punchline is Jesus says, I wish all of Israel would act like this shrewd manager. You do it for good.
The unjust steward. Yeah.
Unjust steward. You do it for good.
He was smart.
You brainwash Adonia into believing that she should save 10% of her income. She should invest in apartments. She should, like, whatever she wants to do. You're not brainwashing her for manipulation. You're brainwashing her to manipulate herself that she can do all things that she wants to do. Right? That's what it is. That's what motivation is. It's Donald Trumping her for good. Now, if you want to take the opposite route, then she becomes a Republican, and then she y'all didn't see her face. So it's the same energy though. It's all programming. You get to choose which, there's a certain harvest for certain things. So, if you do something, certain harvest, certain things. But both of them are blessings. They're both blessings. Donald Trump is 100% abundantly blessed. He got to protect it, but he's 100% abundantly blessed. Okay, go ahead, Phil.
And finally, what Simon and Garfunkel says, and a man hears what he wants to hear and disregards the rest.
Disregards the rest. Disregards the rest. Well, I'm glad we got the corporate sponsorships because it fits into this call. I don't know. I'm gonna wrap this up. I don't know what. I don't know what you want. I got you, Jalen. I don't know what you want. I just know that you got to advertise. I started the call off with that. But I also know advertising don't work if you don't have somebody like me telling you where to put it at. And that I do know. And that's fair, Jerome. You spending money. Because the problem is that you spend money to put your face out there. I'm not going to let you, well, you can do that if you force me, but I'm not going to let you do that. Because I'm not going to let y'all have a bad opinion about my event. This is not going to happen. So I'm going to be like, Donnie, that's a good idea. Won't you do this too? So I'm not going to tell you not to do what you want to do, but I'm going to add in something. Because I know what I'm saying going to work. And I don't know what you're saying going to work, but if they both work, you're super happy. If one of them work, you're still happy. So I'm okay with that. I'm perfectly okay with that. Okay, go ahead, Jalen.
So I put like the first part that I have for the sponsorship in the chat. I don't know. To me, it seems off just because we're talking about what we talked about today, but this is what we did the one day. So I'm not sure if I'm on the right page or not.
Yeah, I'm not even sure. Grace, did I send it to you? Yeah,
yes.
You see, post yours out there and make sure that matches. There's more details. I think I gave you all the headlines. There's more details. Plus, that's true to Antonio Smith, everything is negotiable. So I like this, but can I get this? I'm never going to change the room. Everything's negotiable. It's all negotiable. Just say what you want. Let's see what we can work on. We can't do it for that one, but let's add an extra 60 in it because it's gonna cost this much, right? Everything's negotiable. But Grace is gonna put it out there. So let's end on two things: the corporate sponsor. Well, not the corporate sponsorship, the ability to put corporate money or sponsorship money to where it serves you. That's what I'm really talking about. I'm just saying corporate sponsorship because that's shorter to say. What we're actually saying is, Adonia says, I got $250. That's all I got, or I got to eat noodles. That's not true. That's why I'm speaking it, because Adonia's got like $15 million under her car seat right now. Under the car seat.
Don't be people like
well, I'm sorry. IRS, no, she does not. Okay, I strike that from the record. I'm gonna strike that from the record. So that's that. Adonia has a bunch of money that she doesn't have. She got $250. But Antonio, I need this $250 to make me $1,000. All right, let's figure it out. And then you start moving it to things that you can actually convert. So you got a program. That means you're going to work on your program, and you're going to advertise maybe not the program, but elements in it. So when you do mention the program, our ears are already saying, yeah, man, I've been hearing you talk about that and I need that. When you do something for 183 days, the best thing I get to do, Jerome, is I get to doubt. But now you got 182 days to convince me how wrong I am. This is the best thing about being early and getting objections up front. Adonia 100% has 182 days to prove to y'all why y'all should buy from her. If you can't make up a plan in 182 days, you're probably in the wrong industry. you need to go to another industry. Because once I know, this is why every time I sell, especially like on stage, I just did it in Alaska. Every time I do it, I, as boisterous as possible, I go, hey everybody, I am the man. Ain't no sense in me lying to y'all. I'm gonna convince everybody up here to spend $60,000 before I sit down. And everybody goes, no, the hell you not. Now I got 59 minutes to disprove that. I do it on purpose. I got 59 minutes now to convince you your first impression of me was wrong. And that this $60,000 is a drop in the bucket. Because you guarantee 6 million. We don't want to say guarantee, but you get the point though. You go on 60,000 for 6 million. I got 59 minutes. What I don't want to do is impress you the whole time. In the last 10 minutes on stage, Jerome, I switch to selling mode. And you go, no, the hell I don't. I don't want that. No, I want that early. Let's say I had Grace, give me 10 minutes. Let's say I had, because I'm trying to teach y'all how to sell. Let's say I had a program like a dummy. I don't know what a program is. It's about, I know one of the programs for sure is. I'm 55-year-old woman. I have not reached where I want to reach. And it hurts. It burns every time the wind blows. I can feel the hole in my heart. Can you help me? That's accurate. She said it before, not those words. I'm more of a poet, but she said it before. And she said it like a year ago. I just remember when she talks. She said it like a year ago. This is the people she want to talk to. Now watch this here. What I would do is my keynote would address that whole thing. I'm 55. I am underachieving. It may be my fault, it ain't my fault. If it ain't my fault, I let that man waste 30 years of my life. Come on, help me somebody. So it's his fault, but it's my fault for trusting him. It's my fault for putting more in him than I put in myself.
Don't cuss him out. Don't cuss him out.
So now, what will my keynote be about? It's my fault. Here's what you do next. See what I just did? Now watch. What will my corporate sponsorships be about? All about how it feels or how to get over when you mess your life up. Every like 183 days, I'm relating to you. You're right. Oh my God. You relate to me so much. Yes, thank you. I needed that.
I hate you. I hate you. I do not like you. You think you know everything. You all up in my business. And I'm feeling some kind of way. So you know what? I don't like you.
She said that smiling. I don't know if it was for real.
It's a little both and. That's what I would do. That for 183 days. So by the time I get on stage, I don't need everybody. I just need 21 of y'all. I don't need everybody here. I just need 30 folk that's gonna buy my program. That's $30,000. Did y'all see it? All right, I got 6 minutes left. So this is how I would do what I'm doing. Everything is intentional with me. I spontaneously plan out my spontaneity. I don't even know how to be spontaneous. It's impossible. Go ahead, Jalen.
Okay, so I understand the gist of what you mean with having two different sponsorships, right? But I'm trying to
don't have two different.
I think you said you have one that's personal for after WonderCon, and you have one that's specific for WonderCon.
Oh no, I was talking because you were talking about the creative, because you think differently because you're a creative. I was talking about one sponsorship, but having that WonderCon tag in there. I didn't explain that well enough. That I can remove at any time, so it continues to be relevant because it's evergreen now. It's not just about WonderCon. It's evergreen. Like I wouldn't mention any years. I wouldn't mention any dates. If I had to, I say 21st century. If I say this AI age, tech age, I say anything like that, but I wouldn't put any years or dates on it. because it would continuously be used. And then tomorrow I say something like, I mean, not tomorrow, next year I say something, let's say you make 50 sales. And let's say that's $50,000. So you go, I wouldn't say we made 50 sales. I wouldn't say we made $50,000. I would say, and it's selling at a record-breaking pace. Why? Because you had 0. Now you have 50,000. You broke your record. And how much does it cost? At historic lows. Yeah, I tell I do this for a living. Historic lows. And this is it. And I just snatch it off of that. That's what I do. That's what I meant by two. I didn't mean two different. You pay one price, whatever that may be. Well, you invest one price, because any corporate is investing. You invest one price, sponsorship, but you're paying for average. This is great. The end of my last 4 minutes here. This is advertising. And it's underpriced advertising. There's nowhere on the planet. Well, there are very few places on the planet where I just go with $2,500, where you can spend $2,500 that lasts. Grace, pull up one of the current website. Tell me the clock down. Tell me the countdown. Man, you ain't got to share the screen. Just tell me the countdown. I have no idea. I keep saying 182. I don't know. So it's $2,500 to run to reach 100,000 people a day for approximately 180 days. How many?
172.
172 days. What are you doing out of it? You don't do that at all. If you pin $2,500 right now on Facebook, it's for 30 days. You're getting billed in 30 days. Did you? Y'all get it? So that's the point. It's underpriced attention. Now, is it for everybody? No. Should everybody do it? Yes. Do I care? Absolutely not. I only care about the people who do it and are doing it. So I can make you feel bad for not doing it. That's all I care about. That's my job. My job is to make sure that Adonia looks amazing on stage. Great emphasis on Adonia. I'm gonna have private meetings about Adonia. Jaden, remember, she don't like the way she look on camera. She can this and this. She's scared of the camera. So just make sure that maybe we should do like a camera presence training during VIP. See, that wasn't in there. That wasn't in there at all. But it's in that 9. We should do a camera presence VIP training for a couple of hours. So when they do it tomorrow, or because I don't want to do it too early, I want to do it fresh on your brain. Now what they do, Deanna, she gonna feel good, or she don't have to feel good. She just needs to know when I pan left, don't matter what she do. If she blink, I'm gonna pan to the crowd. If she turn to me, I'm gonna zoom in on her. Like, I'm going to react to her instead of her having to react to the camera. And if I pull that off, and Adonia looks amazing, not only can Jalen sell that, but she would be the loudest person talking about her video, because she never would have thought she'd come out looking like this. And that, for Antonio, is priceless. I can't invest money that equals an Adonia, a Tempest, a Janice, so excited about how they look on camera, telling people I've never met. You can't pay for that. It's underpriced attention.
If you could do that, I have an envelope with your name on it. If you could, that's how big of a miracle that would be. If you could do, let me put my hands on the wheel. So you got me forgetting I'm in a car. You got an envelope coming, because yeah, make that, yeah, that's called miracle on, yeah. whatever. That's not gonna happen.
We're gonna make it work for sure. It is
not only are we gonna make it work, I'm about to change the VIP day because I made it up. I got there's some talking in there. We're gonna snatch that talking out. And we gonna do just media training. And I got it from the Army because you can't go no comment. Oh, so George Bush is guilty then, Antonio, right? George Bush is guilty. That's literally, you cannot be military intelligence and say no comment. It's the worst thing you could possibly say as military intelligence. It goes more like this, Adonian. Is George Bush guilty? First off, that's my commander-in-chief. My commander-in-chief can never be guilty. I support whatever my commander-in-chief does. I love my country. Is George Bush guilty? No comment. Those are two different things. Okay. Go ahead, Jaylee. You got the last word.
Sorry, I'm just
no. Unless you got multiple questions, I'm good. I'm done. I did my 10 minutes. I'm done.
So thank you for putting that in there for me, Grace. So basically, going off of that, how do I either keep it this way for before and after WonderCon, or do I switch it for the after? That's the part.
Very good question. Anything that we do for y'all is yours for life. So you don't have to buy another one. You can keep it forever. Now, if we do another corporate sponsorship for the next event, you already got your material and you'll just be buying more advertising, but you won't be buying what we call collateral or creative. You get what I'm saying? You won't be doing that. Plus, sorry about that. Plus, some of your creative is you're going to do as well. Like we'll go back and forth. Everybody has to look. The reason why you have to look good is because I'm not playing no games with my brand. This is personal. So Adonia goes, well, I don't really know what it looks like. No worries. I got a whole team of people that's going to make it look like what you want it to look like. We will not, under any circumstances, have you. I ain't worried about you spending money. I'm worried about that feeling you get when you go, man, that was worth it. That's everything to me. Because this event is not my goal. I'm not going to celebrate when this event is good. It's when this event leads to 6,000 people in person will I then celebrate this event. It is only when I sell out some convention center will I look back and go, yep, I like that event from last year. I've always done that. I've always set my gratification out 2 or 3 steps. I've done it my whole life. And when I was actively doing a bunch of stuff in church, we didn't celebrate when Susan brought somebody. We celebrated when Susan's unchurched friend brought one of their unchurched friends. That's what we celebrate. We didn't care about Susan bringing somebody. Oh, I brought an unchurched. Yeah, we win when the unchurched invite the unchurched. And now that means the environment says, girl, you got to come check this church out. This ain't even nothing like church. That's when we win. And I'm saying the same thing with y'all.
Okay, so then
no, go ahead. We just answer questions now. So if y'all gotta leave, you can. But we answer questions about y'all money. So do your thing. And how to use your money effectively. Go ahead, sir. Sorry.
I guess the last thing that I'm getting that's not clicking in my head is obviously for this it says podcast, online promotions, like that's something that you would be doing.
Absolutely.
Or that's the part that I'm like, I don't get.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta do all this. How am I gonna get it to you? How am I gonna edit it? Like, I was trying to.
Got you.
Too much.
Y'all, if you get corporate sponsorship with us, we work together. So if you have the ability, you can. You get them, because some of y'all gonna be like me. But if you don't worry. That's my job. Okay. That's my job. Like, let's say you don't have a logo, but you do now. Because it's part of the price. Let me tell you something. You ain't making logos too much better than me. I ain't really know what to say. I was trying to be humble, but the way
pop your stuff.
Yeah, the way my ego set up, it was real hard to be humble. It was real hard. I tried though. I gave it a try though. I tried. I failed, but I tried. Your job. Unless there's another question, Grace. Continue to call people about the sponsorship. This is about Remember, I'm attempting to be this big media company, right? If you look at my company structures, it's all about the streaming service and all that stuff. This is important to me. And since it's important to me, by default, you benefit. I can't have the camera pan. I can't have your podcast episode not match the $1 billion standard that I'm doing. It just can't be that way. So you're not going to get on a podcast unprepared. Oh, no. You're going to get on a podcast with a form. Adonia, tell us what you want to talk about. We may not talk about everything, but list what you definitely want us to bring up. This is like going on TV. Give us 3 things that you absolutely need brought up. Her program. It could be something in her, like maybe she's mindset coach and she wants to talk about the mind. Oh, let's do it, Deanna. She wants to talk about the mindset of always becoming. So Deanna is definitely going to want us to bring up what does always becoming mean. So then Grace or whoever's going to interview is going to go, oh yeah, it was such a good thing. It makes me think about this question, Deanna. So what exactly is always becoming? That wasn't by accident. We got a paper. It wasn't by accident. We're doing this over and over and over and over and over and over. Our goal is to set you up for greatness, not because I want you to be great. That's not my goal. That's my service. Do I want Adonia to be great? I don't care. Do I need Adonia to be great? Does the universe? No, the universe requires for me to serve her to get what I want. She benefits from my integrity. I'm thinking about me. This is my experience. And ain't no sense in y'all acting like you ain't doing the same thing. Did I wake up this morning and go, I wonder how Deanna could be great? No. I woke up going, I'm going to kill today. But I have to die to my flesh and allow others to win. That's how this works. Me blowing you up is my rent for the breakthrough I want in my own life. The faster you get that, the faster this will go. Go ahead, JD. You got the last question.
Yeah, no, last question.
Good.
Everything's been great. Thank you. You've really caught me up with this. Last question is, so I talked about Stripe. For this podcast, this sponsorship, since technically you're doing the work, I put your Stripe, or how are we going to put about that?
No doubt. So if you're having some sort of payment system, then the show notes will have your link, not ours. I don't want to, like, you get so let's say you, okay, let's say they pay the $999 on that show link. If assuming it's a podcast, because that's kind of when you brought up Stripe, it'll be your podcast link there forever. I mean, your show, your Stripe link will be there forever. It won't be mine. The money will go directly to you.
That's even for the sponsorship stuff that we're doing ahead of time, like all
Absolutely.
Oh, that's love.
I know that's
you ain't got to do that. Like, I'm thinking we're gonna put your stuff on there. I'm gonna help you sell it. I might get a little off the end, whatever. But that's love.
No,
okay,
sir.
I appreciate that.
There you go. I'm glad you asked that question. Yes, no, y'all money is y'all money because it's too tempting to have y'all money and me not spend it. So I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all keep y'all money, and I ain't got to be tempted. You understand, Jerome? I ain't got to be tempted. I ain't gonna be tempted.
My last question from there then is how, I guess, what you besides doing this and doing my part, how can I not only make this better for everybody, but to help you out as well?
So that's a great question. I've got a speaker contract coming to y'all that's going to outline how I want you to promote and how much I want you to say. Well, not necessarily the words. I'm not really concerned about that, but how. If I say we got a meeting from 8 to 5. Not 8 to 5, but like 8 to 10. Like all the speakers are going to be on this morning call sometime in the next probably 3 or 4 weeks, only because I need to do something for the next 2 weeks. I finish the stuff that I need to do. Y'all gonna be on this morning call talking. If you can't make it, you can't make it, but you're gonna share that replay. I know that much. You know what I'm saying? And plus, not only gonna share that replay, if you can't make the call, Jerome, guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna shoot me a video, and I'm gonna play it on here because people need to see the speakers, who y'all are, what y'all gonna be talking about, having that love and that affection, and everybody else needs to see it, and it needs to be trapped in audio for life. You get it? And
So this call is basically to the public, right? This is like a panel call almost. Like the public's gonna see us, and
absolutely
perfect.
Absolutely. Public's gonna see y'all every time we do this. 100,000 people gonna see y'all. Every last one of these morning calls, y'all get in front of 100,000 people because it might go on a podcast and other places. So, like, and that's, I think it's 100,000, like, I don't know, for a week or something. Yeah, it's a week or something. After a month, it's like 2 million people.
I'm sorry, I got one more question.
No, you're good.
So I've been really interested in the ATS leads. I think Grace reached out for me. Thank you for that, Grace. I want to wait until I get this landing page and stuff done, but I should push it to that, correct?
Absolutely.
And then I should do my own for my books and then push it to my books as well.
That's correct. That's correct. And not only should that be the case, now that you told me, I won't even let you, because don't get leads and you're not converting. Now you can get leads to get ready to convert. I got no problem with that. You can start stacking because you're setting things up and you're going to send out 10,000 emails. But if you're not trying to convert, do not get a part of ATS leads.
Convert in what terms? Like actually make
money into your bank account.
Of course I'm trying to convert.
Okay.
I guess I'm just visualizing how I'm going to do it, because now I got so much good stuff to put in place.
Right.
I just got to do it now, you know?
Just got to do it. Just got to do it. That's one of the best things that happened to Adonia is she speaks day 3, 2 p.m. So Deanna speaks, I think 4 times actually. The best thing that happened to them, best thing that happened to Snace, is that event she had was a countdown clock. So anything she didn't have together, she had no choice. Or she was going to look stupid in front of people. And let me tell you about human beings. We don't play that. We ain't jumping out here looking stupid. You know, Adonia, I'm betting on y'all to jump in front of people and not look stupid. I'm just betting on the human ego. I just know how it works. So if you don't have your program together, I better get together. I don't know what to do. I bet you figure it out. Because the last thing you're going to do is get up here and go, Phil and Susan taught me this, but I don't really know what to say, y'all. And every person at Trinae's conference, including Trinae's, that was connotched in the Bureau of Dominant Speakers, slayed that conference. It wasn't even close. It wasn't even close. Deanna, y'all should share your videos and stuff on a Tuesday or something. It wasn't even close. You can tell they were through the Bureau of Dominant Speakers. They didn't use no script. They remember, that even they didn't even speak on the stage and create no barrier. They were there on time and early. It was all sorts of stuff that they did. All sorts of stuff. So kudos.
But any comments on that, send us a testimonial.
Boom. See that? Send a testimonial. So Tracy, get Tracy to send a testimonial. There it is. All right, that's it for us, y'all. Grace, contact everybody about the sponsorships. Just know, do not. If you don't know what to do, consult with me first, because I'm going to take care of your money. This is about multiplying your money. It's not about spending it. Go ahead, Jaden.
Sorry. Lastly is, say I want to become a community supporter. I can do that as well. Just because I see the, exposure, like I kind of want to do that as well, just for my own whatever. Or do you feel like that's not really worth it?
That is worth it. What do you call a community supporter though? Let me make sure.
So for the sponsorships, that's the first one. That's like $250.
Oh yeah,
value $500.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. That's what I've made them all. If you just spend $250, you winning. You're absolutely winning. I made everything permanent. It's on purpose. I remember Deanna sent me the brilliant 1,000, 1,500, 2,500. There was nothing in there for I only got $250. So I put in the 250. So because she wouldn't even worry about the small business.
Hey, it adds up. And there's a lot of people
Yeah.
that be like, I can do
Yeah.
250.
Yeah, the other was going out to Exxon Mobil and stuff like that. I was trying to include Jeffrey and Jethro, with a 250. Yeah, I was trying to do that. So yeah, that's exactly why it's there. And it's a lot. It's a lot. It's all permanent. Plus, it's all tailor-made and negotiable. If you say, hey, I like this, can you just flip this one thing for me over here because this serves me better? Of course we can. Of course we can. You always take care of paying customers. Duh. All right, what's today, Grace? Tell us what we do today. I have no idea what today is.
First of all, those of you sponsorship opportunities, some of you already have them. Jerome, I'm not calling you. Jalen, I'll be calling you. I sent you an email. But that is going to take place. But today is Tuesday, and tonight we have the Bureau keynote, 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. And Miss Melissa Rushock, I hope I said that right, is speaking on this evening. So be there for that. We're excited.
I'm sorry, what
And we're
Central?
doing something a little different. It's not me speaking, it's me doing a presentation, so it's recorded.
7 o'clock Central. Yeah, 7 o'clock Central. 7 o'clock Central. And that's the Bureau of Diamond Speakers. You did say that. Okay, good then.
Yeah, Grace, can you send me that link, please?
Yes. My last words are simple. This was very effective day to day. Get your structure. Get your 1 to 10 years. Then when you get that, make that a 1 year. And then now it's time to be very Antonio-ish about conversions. So to repeat what I said earlier, which is what I want to leave your brain with, is I'm just not making the same mistakes. I have no problem that I made mistakes because there are no mistakes. It's just a word I have to use because that's what y'all understand. But it doesn't mean that I'm going to do it again. That's foolish. We want to get to 20,000 people ASAP. How do I do that? By leveraging larger vehicles. So at some point, you got to use this corporate sponsorship or anything that we talked about, your company structure, to leverage the larger vehicle that is me, my podcast, etc. And as a bonus, a PS, if you do not have a podcast, you need to start one. You have run out of, I'm not going to start a podcast now. It's too valuable at this point. You're not too late. Don't let anybody tell you too late. But now is the time. You're at 1849 Gold Rush. It's 1850 now. Or it's 1849 in December. The gold ain't going to be out there the whole day. You understand? All right. But go and put a podcast out there. Don't worry about growing. Just be consistent. You'll grow automatically. Deanna, anything from you? All right. Well, you can plant better. You can dominate. Love you, everybody. Thank you so much.
Love you more.
Love you more.
All right,
I really appreciate y'all.
Got you. Have a good one.